everyone, and welcome to Star Wars Alliance broadcast. This is a episode today. We are talking about the second teaser trailer of Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and let me tell you what, our minds are blown. What do you think, Nick?
Yes, this has been a great day for Star Wars fans all around the world. And do excuse me, I am eating pretzels at the moment. And yeah, when I was watching a live stream on the Star Wars YouTube channel, I got to the end. I was like, "Don't tell me you're closing it down now." And then I was like, "Oh my God, blackout! That means a trailer is coming on."
Yeah, going, you bastards, no, but they show it, and let me tell you, it's amazing. So today we're going to analyze the trailer and whatnot, but before we do that, we got some special images to show you from IGN, and also to some other stuff taken at Star Wars Celebration. So here's some artist illustrations of the new film, Kylo Ren.
Yes.
And here's the first image with the new stormtroopers, with a close-up look at Kylo Ren's, a body shot of Kylo Ren right there.
Yeah, the only thing what bugs the stormtroopers that they look too realistic.
We will talk more about the stormtroopers until we get to the images of them. For now, let's talk about Kylo Ren. Now, Kylo Ren's helmet, to me, looks great.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit put off with the silver a bit, but it works very well. It's so much more better than what we had in the concept art, where it had the yellow lines, which I did not like that. But here is this nice black and silver. I like that.
Yeah, and the really cool thing is he doesn't have like a box to talk through like what Darth Vader had and all that.
Well, he might have some sort of voice control system that stormtroopers do, you know.
Yeah.
And now we'll go to our second image here. As you see, I love this image a lot. I'm hoping they do something like this for the poster, for the actual film. Okay, but there's lots of stuff to take in here. We got a beautiful image of Kylo Ren's helmet there, which is somewhat to Darth Raven from the Old Republic.
Maybe that might be his Padawan, maybe, like Darth.
Don't think so. To me, I just think they just like the helmet design of Darth Raven a lot, and they incorporate some of that into here, which I'm okay with. That looks great.
And you can kind of see the design of like the lightsaber and all that, like when he's holding it.
Oh yeah, which looks fantastic. But here's some other things too, if you didn't know. So you see it too in the Star Wars trailer when we look in it. But as you see the TIE fighters here, they're different. They're the same, but they are a different color scheme now. Now the color scheme is white and black and red, same as the TIE fighter pilots we'll go into as the trailer, which I thought is very interesting.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but a brand new shuttle. It was like the one in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. And guys, remember, this is set 30 years after Return of the Jedi as well. So much thing has changed in the universe. The Republic or the New Republic have taken over planets, and the Empire can still be around at that time as well. They still outposts like out in the worlds of the universe.
The Empire, if you've seen the trailer, we'll go into that here soon. You've seen the trailer, I think the Empire changed, because the Emperor is dead, somebody had new taken charge, and I think the Empire reformed itself. But as you're right, this is a Imperial shuttle we see here, of course. Yeah. And it's so cool. We've seen 3 different Imperial shuttles during the whole Star Wars saga. Episode 3, we got to see how the Imperial shuttle looks back in type phase. Then after that, in Return of the Jedi, we got to see the actual Imperial shuttle, the more iconic. And now we get to see this picture, which doesn't have the third ring, unfortunately, but does have the 2 big long ones right there.
Yeah, and the most I was the wee silver bit, like on Kylo Ren's mask thing. How we get to see maybe he's like blinded in a way, like of really. He might be like a really dark Sith Lord, maybe.
Oh yeah. That's a those people are saying too that maybe he's not a Sith Lord. Maybe he's just a chrysalid. Like the Chrysler
Yeah,
from Rebels.
from
He's
Star
just
Wars
that.
Rebels.
Yeah, he's just that. Which I tend to see that too. Because as you see the lightsaber here, it's not that well made with it, how it's flickering and whatnot.
It would be really cool how if we get to see a lightsaber like in Star Wars Rebels, like if the Inquisitor had that lightsaber and all that stuff.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm loving the. Oh, and it's still you saw the Star Wars live stream, The Force Awakens. You get to see someone actually made a homemade Kylo Ren lightsaber, and it
Yeah,
looked
with
cool.
the Hasbro thing.
Yeah, it's very cool. I love that so much. Now with our next image here, we get to see a full look at Kylo Ren. Now we saw Kylo Ren's costume in a Link toy, but not painted. But now here's the actual, not actual image, but a drawing image of Kylo Ren, and as you see, I'm loving the costume.
Yeah, same. Where do you think he is? Like in the
In
place
the,
where he's at? Or
I'm guessing it's the desert planet that we see in the trailer, which is not Tatooine. We'll go into that a little bit more.
yep.
But that's one because if you see in the trailer too, fire and smoke in there. Here, same thing. But I want to focus more on the costume though, more than the location. And as you see, it's a very beautiful costume. I really do love this a lot. We have no complaints with the costume whatsoever, and I'm loving the lightsaber design a lot more too. And if you notice too, let me show you something here. You see the two little lightsabers right?
Cross.
All right, see how short those are?
Yeah.
Now look at here. See how a little bit bigger those are? In right there. I mean, it's not that much difference, but to me, it looks like he can maybe control how far those goes out, maybe.
Yeah, like what Kanan does in Star Wars Rebels as well.
Yeah, and because that's the thing too. You can control the lightsaber length. Yeah, I mean, for certain lightsabers, not every lightsaber. If I
Yeah,
may say
actually
so.
with the Jedi powers, how like the Jedi can only control what they can and like how heavy the weapon is.
Yeah, but this is a heavy weapon because it's considered a cross-guard weapon.
Yeah, and we also get to see like the design. You know how like you hold the lightsaber and all that.
Yeah,
So a really cool image here from IGN. So thank you very much for posting this on their website.
it's just a beautiful looking though costume. I mean, it's going to be an iconic costume to me. So far Darth Maul's is iconic to me. Count Dooku's is not that much iconic, but because I love the costume a lot, to me it's iconic. Darth Vader is iconic. Emperor Palpatine's is iconic, and now to me, I think this one will also be iconic
And
as well.
guys, if you have any questions, post them down in the comments down below saying what was your favorite bit about the trailer, or then put hashtag The Force Awakens in the comments down below.
Alright, now let's go on to the Stormtrooper design. Wait a minute, before we do that, this is a good image right here I want to show you of Harrison Ford and Chewbacca, or Han Solo and Chewbacca, from A New Hope to The Force Awakens. The same type of pose, let me tell you, it looks awesome.
Yeah, the funniest part about this trailer has to be Chewie, we're home.
Yes, indeed. Now we will get into the Stormtrooper design, which is right here. Here's a image taken at Celebration, and we get to see a more nicer, detailed look at the Stormtrooper armor. So, do you want to tell your thoughts first or my thoughts?
You first.
Okay, with me, I freaking love this. I have to say, I really do love this design. It's super close. It's not super close, but I mean, it's similar to the original Stormtrooper design, but also too, it's very different. But I just love it so much. To me, it looks like something. It does look like something from the 1980s. It looks like something was made during that time period in Star Wars or inside science fiction armor. Here's my opinion. To me, I would have loved this costume way much more better than the original Stormtrooper costume. I
Yeah.
really love this so much. That makes me not love this more than original. It's just that this extra, this hole right here, the speaker on the
Yeah,
helmet.
that's it. That's our communicator.
Communicator, yeah. It's just they don't have it on the other side, which I kind of don't like.
And sorry to interrupt. And if you look closely, you get to see like the helmets like in the display.
Yeah, which is cool. I do love that a lot as well. But I mean, if like I would put it on both sides, like the original, or have it not at all. But other than that though, which kind of bugs me, I love this design so much. I give it a 10 out of 10. You know, I really, really do love this design. But what about you?
Same with me, 10 out of 10. Brilliant like details. We get to see how we get to see like their you. It kind of looks like future realistic, as I was saying like before at the start of the show and all that stuff. So yeah.
That's just beautiful, and we get into the link photo that was arrived with us before celebration. This is a similar pose from the Clone Troopers that we got from the promos of the Clone Troopers when we finished was coming out. Same pose here, and this looks great. And plus, too, we get to look more at the braster the Stormtroopers have. And as you see, it's the white and black design with the silver. And have you noticed, too, I think that's what the whole theme of this new Empire is. Black, white, red, and silver. And here's something interesting, too, because the Stormtrooper helmets and Darth Vader's helmets was based off of the Nazis, the helmets back then in Germany, right? And it's funny that the flag in the trailer, we see the new Imperial flag is black and red. You know, the Nazi flag is black, red, and white. And we get to see those same colors in the Imperial Army during the trailer. So it's just very nice seeing that. It's kind of cool to tying that in a bit.
Oh god, the stormtroopers are turning into Nazis.
Well, the helmets were based, though, off of the helmets of the German Nazi, of the Nazi helmets.
Yeah, the World War II, I believe, and World War One.
No, not World War One, just World War Two.
Alright, sorry, my history logic is kind of a wee bit knowable, but next year I'm taking history when I get into my higher year, etc. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving the blaster, and also too, if you see here as well, we also have a prism on his leg right there, which is also very cool that they added that in as well.
Maybe if they run out of family, you can always just use that.
Yeah, which is very cool. I'm just loving the Stormtrooper design.
And I'm hoping that the Stormtroopers are not that dumb like in Star Wars Rebels.
Oh, yes.
Please, JJ, don't put the Stormtroopers like Star Wars Rebels.
They will. I don't think they will. So, now, I think what we should do is talk about the Star Wars trailer, shall we?
Yes. So we're going to show you the full-length trailer, but we'll pause it and then unpause it to show you what we think and all that. So yeah.
Yes. So, and we are going to play some of the trailer too, because, you know what, Star Wars, man, you've got to play some of it, but we're going to pause and talk about it, okay?
Yeah. All copyright disclaimers go to Disney and Star Wars alone, so yeah.
Yep, so here we go. So, as you see, it's, feature film thing. Now, here we go. We get to see the Lucasfilm logo.
Which is more cool. Later, and then the old one.
And right here, we get to see a little bit of planet here. Now, to me, I thought this was Tatooine and everyone else, because what desert planet do we all know? Tatooine.
Yep.
But it has been confirmed that this is not Tatooine.
Oh.
Which is weird.
Yeah, it looks like Tatooine, but it'd be like a duplicate planet of it.
I guess you're right. I guess there can't just be one desert planet.
Yeah, because there's thousands of deserts in the world. Maybe this is Egypt or something.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on. Let me get rid of this dumb thing here. I can't get rid of... Can you see this dumb bar thing?
No.
Okay, never mind then. Alright, let's continue. Right there, we see a speeder bike right there. Right here.
Yeah.
Right here is something interesting. This is an old one. We can see a wreck old X-Wing fighter in the sand right there.
Yeah. Maybe it was a big space battle, like in the sky, maybe?
Yeah. But you have to see why, because when we play a little bit more,
we get to see a huge-ass Star Destroyer in the sand.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, let me try and get more there. Right there. That is very cool. Everyone's saying this is an iconic image, and yes, I have to agree with that. This is a iconic image. And it's very funny, too, with Episode 1 trailer, the second shot, we get to see the Naboo, this, pan view of the Naboo ship, the same thing we get to see here, but except for a Naboo ship, we get to see a destroyed Star Destroyer and X-Wing with a speeder bike, and I'm guessing this is Wei's speeder bike going through the desert here, because it kind of has that oval shape to it.
And the coolest thing about this is my theory, like of Star Wars logic. Maybe during the battle for Endor, maybe one of the ships like flee, like into hyperspace, and like some of the X-wings or like some of the other rebel ships followed it slightly, maybe put a tracker beam on it, and maybe it led them to this planet here, and that's how it landed.
Yes, indeed. I mean, it's just very cool, very wonderful, and just overall great. Now we're going to play more.
Mm-hmm.
Force is strong in my family.
We get Luke Skywalker.
He's saying the Force is strong in my family. My father had it. My sister has it.
Well, we'll play a little bit more and talk about it more. So here we go. Now here we go. Now we get to see, because in Return of the Jedi, Luke burned his father's body like a tradition. That's the same thing like in Episode 1, we get to see Qui-Gon's body getting burnt, by Obi-Wan and whatnot, because that's a tradition with the Jedi.
Yeah, and what I said in my analysis video, I accidentally said it was like all Smash and all that stuff, so sorry about that there. And yeah, we maybe have like a wee cameo, like coming, like, or a wee flashback, maybe, to when Anakin was like Anakin Vader.
Well, the thing is, all the Star Wars films have never redone flashbacks before, so I think though we're going to get like people telling us what happened back then and whatnot, but not really. But it's just an iconic image of why, they have from Endor, why are they keeping it in a special box for, Maybe
it's, it could be like a trophy, like for the rebellion.
Oh, well, we don't know if this is the rebellion or the Sith or the Empire, because in the concept art we get to see this cloak figure holding Darth Vader's helmet. So I'm guessing the helmet was taken from the Empire or from the Sith Lord Kylo Ren, or just the villain Kylo Ren. And the other cool thing too is if you look at it, this looks like a deformed skull, which is very cool. I'm loving this, but the question is, why do they have it for?
Maybe Kylo Ren might remake Darth Vader,
which is weird. I don't think you can do that. But maybe there's some forced energy to it, or it's just like Darth Vader was such an iconic figure that maybe it's inspiration. But we don't know for sure. But let's keep continuing and playing, shall we? Saying that right there. And right here, to me, this is Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
It's just the hand with R2-D2 with the campfire, whatnot, and lots of people are saying that Luke here. To me, this is Luke. I'm just saying this is Luke, but lots of people are saying that this scene right here, they're on Mustafar, on Tatooine, not on their planet. But it's kind of hard to tell.
It might be Mustafar because maybe Luke's trying to go back where his father's last steps were. Like, maybe he goes back to Coruscant, to the Jedi Temple, to see what he maybe have done, and he's gonna, like, track him down from the Jedi Iris, maybe?
But the other thing, too, is Finn, our hero, played by, I forgot who plays Finn in this.
Boyega.
John Boyega. I feel like he's going to get trained by Luke, or it could be Rey. Rey could be trained by Luke, you know, because in the trailer here we'll play a little bit more. But I think, though, we're going to be following Win. You know, no, not Win, but Finn. We'll be following Finn through to becoming a Jedi, maybe. We don't know for sure. It could be Rey as well, because this trailer kind of confuses us on that. But
and
I'm guessing, though, he's not on Mustafar. I'm guessing he's on the other desert planet. You know, it's still open, you know? It's still open. To me, I think he's on Mustafar, to be honest with you, on Tatooine. But because of the story, I'm thinking that he's on the other desert planet.
Maybe. Do you know how Luke has this metal, like, hand?
Yes.
That's, like, he's copying his father because Anakin had a metal hand in episode 3, if you guys remember. Or was it episode 2? Yeah.
Well, no, it's episode 3 and 2.
Yeah,
episode 2, he had more of a wiring. Episode 3, it was all type of, like, metal that's wrapped up in lots of plastic shielding or whatnot.
Yeah, maybe.
This too, Luke Skywalker, though, had skin over his metal hand during episode 3 because he got cut off during episode 5.
You mean Anakin?
No, Luke. Remember? In episode 5, you know, Luke cut off by Darth Vader, he got a robot hand. And then during episode 6, you know, we get to see his robot hand with the skin and whatnot all over it still, and him chopping off his father's hand, realizing that, you know, if he gets into like his father. And now we see here that it's all fully metal, which I'm guessing that the skin, the fake skin that was put over the metal could have got, you know, decayed, you know, over time, which could make sense, you know, because that's fake skin, some sort of latex or something. It won't last forever, especially too if you don't take care of it, you know, and especially too, we've seen here, it looks like Luke, you know, struggled through his life, you know, after episode 6 and whatnot, did some stuff, got from battles. That skin will have to be torn off at some point. Or it could just be a brand new robot hand, and this time, you know, no skin or anything because very limited resources.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go into more of the teaser here, shall we?
I have it.
Yep, it's Luke.
My sister has it.
Yep.
And then he have it.
Everyone was debating on who this is, but they time it over at this image right here. The person who's holding Luke's lightsaber is Princess Leia. That's, to me, that I think right there.
Yeah, and that's like Anakin's lightsaber, I believe.
It's Anakin's turn over to Luke's, so it's Luke's lightsaber. And it's interesting, too, because how did they got Luke's lightsaber? You know, because it fell down during Crowd City, you know? It just fell down the hole and whatnot and into the crowds, you know? interesting who got it, or is this like a remake of Luke's lightsaber? You know, like did somebody actually remade it or something? You know,
Yeah.
which could be a possibility, but oh well. But very nice image right here. I really am loving this.
You have that power too.
Now he's talking to someone here during this whole monologue. He's talking to. Now, see, this makes me question: is he going to teach Finn or Rey? Because he's saying, now you have that. And the thing is, why is he talking, though, about his family? You know, why is he talking about his sister, his father, and him, you know, and then saying that as well? To me, then, I'm guessing it's a family member. It's our Leia's and Han's children, that is, in the expanded universe. He's talking to those people, and I'm guessing that Rey could be the daughter of Leia and Han, or maybe that Rey is part of Luke's family somehow. You know, like the Skywalker family, like blood in them, you know?
Yeah, and if you think about it, when Leia and Luke were born, what was Padme's name again? Padme Amidala, was it?
Yes.
She never changed her name because, you know, she wanted to just stay. Luke was called Luke.
It's secret, you know.
Yeah.
They couldn't tell everyone that, you know, they were married, or else Anakin would have been, you know, expelled from Dry Altar, and then, you know, lies and deceit went around, and Padme had to, you know, put down her position in the Senate.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, with that, though, little questioning right there, that makes me go, maybe Rey, you know, the girl character,
Yeah.
the Force, because you can't, because it feels like he's talking to a, and you can't say John Boyega's character Finn because, you know, he's African American, and Han and Leia are right, Anakin's right. Maybe he hooked up with a chick who's African American, maybe, but I doubt that. You know, so
Yeah.
if we're talking about if we're talking about like him teaching a family member, then you know, because you know she's, you know, it makes sense with the biology, but it could be Finn as well, you know, or maybe he's not even talking to a family member at all, and he's just saying that, you know, just because, or, you know, it could be just for the trailer, and we might not even get that dialogue in the film at all.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just an interesting thing I want to point out. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that might be true or might be not.
Okay, let's go on. So it's coming out this Christmas.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, right here. You guys see the new X-Wings going over the water here.
That scene was really cool in the movie, like in the trailer. But we don't know what. Maybe they're on Mon Calamari, maybe.
Yeah, and now we saw these X-Wings on the water first teaser trailer, but this one there seem to be flying more happily, and it seems to be more light. Especially too, right here he says, you know, he's having a blast, and we've seen him in the first trailer, you know, before, you know, and I think this is the same guy. It looks.
It is.
And we can see more of the helmet design too, which I'm liking. The only problem is it's super loose, because if you see the thing here, you know, how it's like flopping around a bit, you know?
Yeah.
But I do like the design. I see it's not even fitting on him correctly, you know, right there. It's super loose on his head. I mean, couldn't it not get a strap? I mean, what the fuck?
I know.
You know? I mean, it just feels lazy that they don't have that more secure to his head.
Done in episode 4, you hope.
And 5 and 6.
Mm.
It's just, to me, it's just fucking lazy. Now, the trailer too. It says that. But let's continue. Our next image is going. Our next stuff is going to be super interesting. Kylo Ren's lightsaber right here. He's going to be slashing down here, and this looks very cool. What do you think about it?
That's what's amazing to see. Maybe he's killing someone. Maybe.
Yeah, as he slashes down, you know. And right there, if you have not noticed, we get to see Stormtrooper with a poncho, you know, because you got special wings for their ponchos on the side of the shoulders.
Yeah, that means they're rank.
Which is the most common rank. Because you got your different ranks. You got your white ones, you got your full blacks, and you got your orange ones. And the orange ones are the more common.
Yeah.
And you see the oh my god! I just noticed this. See that fire right there? And remember, we see that hand on R2-D2 with the fire.
Oh yeah.
So they just spoiled what happens in the film. Kylo Ren kills Luke. Think about it. It's the exact same scene. Kylo Ren here is slashing down at somebody who's sitting down, same as the character we saw in the trailer here. So Kylo Ren just killed Luke Skywalker. It's just they showed his fucking spur.
Or it's one of his Padawans.
He's with okay, so Kylo Ren's Padawans with R2-D2, and he's putting his hand on R2-D2 very calmly. I don't think
is that Kylo Ren who put his hand on the R2-D2?
I'm just noticing, and this kind of makes me mad now that they spoiled that. They could trick me, but I don't think so. I just think Kylo Ren just killed Skywalker. But the thing is, though, sorry if I'm talking so much here. I only know that Luke is going to die in this film because he had to at some point, because that's the hero's journey thing. That's thing in the hero's journey. The mentor always dies. Qui-Gon Jinn died, you know, by the hands of his Padawan, Darth Vader, and now Luke Skywalker is going to die by the hands of Kylo Ren, which to me I'm happy with. I'm a little pissed off that they're showing the scene now because, you know, it spoils something, but it's something that spoils that I only know in my head that's going to happen.
Wait, I was going to say this. Can put his hand on R2-D2, yeah. Or
Kylo Ren? No, that's Luke.
Alright.
Right here, for sure, it's Luke Skywalker in that, and you can tell it's the same scene because, you know, we got to see the small fires, you know, of the fire right there. Same thing here in this shot as well. So if you put this together, it spoils a big scene. Kylo Ren kills Luke Skywalker. But to me, I'm okay with the spoiler because I've always said so many times that Luke Skywalker is going to die. And
that's why he done it so fast.
Yeah. But you know what? They could put me for a loop, you know, because we've not seen who actually is that person with R2-D2. It could be someone else. It could be. But 98.9% that it's not someone else, it's Luke Skywalker. So let's continue. Okay, right here, we get the characters here. We get to see not that good of an image. Let me try and find better freeze frame. Nope, can't. Oh, damn it. Oh well, but basically though, we get to see our main two characters in this shot right here. Let's see Rey, who's the girl, right there, there we go. We get to see Rey right there in a beautiful outfit. We get to see Finn. We get to see RB-8, right?
No, BB-8.
BB-8. And we get to see an explosion behind them because the TIE fighters are shooting them, because we see up there, there's a TIE fighter right there.
Yeah.
Now, you can tell that this is a nice shot, but I have a problem already. You can tell that BB-8 actually, the shot to me, it feels like it feels like BB-8 is just on green screen and we come into the shot right here. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I don't really like that so much. This is how the shot was done to me, but it's still, you know?
Yeah.
And what do you think of this? I know I'm talking too much here, but the trees are, it's just a trailer, it's just so great. But what do you think of the shot, though?
I kind of like the TIE fighter, like it's in the sky, and we get to see a big explosion as well.
Yeah, but what do you think of the costumes, though, of Rey and Finn here?
Now, Rey and Finn, their costumes are amazing. I kind of liked how we get to see John Boyega, like, in a stormtrooper outfit, then he gets usually into a normal human
Outfit.
Yeah.
And the thing is, from showing these trailers, I can kind of piece the part of what scenes are what. This scene here is like I'm guessing, the middle of the film, because, we saw him in the Stormtrooper outfit, and him in the Stormtrooper outfit is in the beginning of the film, because I feel like his switching was like working for the Empire and whatnot, and then after he decided to stop and all that such. And in the trailer here, later on, I'll tell you what I mean. Yep, and here's at Kylo Ren.
We can kind of see, like, a face. You would agree?
Yeah, and I'm loving the Stormtroopers lights right there. Very cool. But right here, you see people in the background, so I'm guessing that this is a Phasian, because in the first two coming out and whatnot, and, going into a desert planet, here is again with all the smoke and fire, and I'm guessing this is the point where not Kylo Ren, but Finn decides not to be part of the Stormtrooper alliance maybe anymore. He sees the dark side and the destruction of the new Empire order.
Yeah.
But still, though, a lovely shot here of Kylo Ren. I'm loving it. What about you?
Oh yeah, really great scene, and we kind of see someone like in his hand, like.
Well, he's using the Force. We know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, very awesome here. And here we go. Oh, let me sorry. There we go. Now, this is something cool. And
it looks like Hoth to me, like.
It does. It's all white.
We can't always see the Emperor, like, in the background. Or
Now,
use
the new Emperor, maybe?
Yeah, can you zoom into that or not?
No, I can't. And besides, if I do, it's just gonna be blurry anyways.
They use stormtroopers on Hoth, maybe, or another snowy planet. It has to be Hoth.
It for sure. It could be Kylo Ren. Like I said, Kylo Ren could be the new leader, or it could be someone else, which I'm guessing is someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm hoping it's Emperor Palpatine's clone, like in the Expanded Universe comics. But I doubt they're going to do that, so who cares?
And we get to see, like, people in the middle, like, do you know where the Emperor or someone is standing?
Yeah, I'm guessing the new Emperor, the new guy who's running the new Imperial Order, and as you see, there's the new flag right there of the new Imperial Order, and it's black. I mean, this just looks real iconic. I really love this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's more stuff I want to talk about this scene too, which is interesting, if I may. You get to see the closer look at the Stormtroopers, which to me still look great, still look awesome. We get to see a gunner ship, right? You get to see a big giant, what do you call it? I want to say gunner. I'm guessing.
Or a turret.
Turret. There we go. Thank you. We get to see a turret right there, and here's something too. Right there in the background, right there. That's a whole new, different Stormtrooper design. And I think that's a Snowtrooper, right?
Yeah, so we must be on Hoth.
Because you see that looks totally different from these guys right here,
Mm-hmm.
And right there too, those are stormtroopers, I think, right there. With the pouches on the sides of their shoulders, because you see a little bit of that red or orange right there. Right here though, it's a complete different stormtrooper. To me, it's a stormtrooper.
And we get to see a white TIE fighter.
Oh yeah, and we get to see the TIE fighter right there with the black right there. But we saw those link images of the snowtroopers. So right there, that looks just like the link image of the snowtroopers that we see. Which, this looks very awesome. I'm sorry if I'm talking too much, but I just have to. It's just awesome. But what do you think of this scene as well?
Well, I kind of like it. This must be like, maybe this will be on Hoth. If I'm correct, I can just like get 100 likes on this video. So yeah, as I was saying, it looks future realistic, and the coolest thing about this is this must be like 1 hour and 15 minutes.
This could be in the beginning too. This could be in the beginning. I don't know for sure, but I agree with you. This has to be Hoth to me.
Yeah, maybe the Imperials have taken over Hoth.
Well, yeah, that makes sense because I mean, the offensive Empire Strikes Back, they basically won that battle.
Yeah.
But yeah, very cool. Let's continue more, shall we? And now we get to see Rey right there, looking surprised.
Because of the TIE fighters.
But we don't
Probably.
know for sure. But we can definitely tell she's still on the Tatooine plant, Or not Tatooine plant, but the desert plant,
Yeah.
So let's continue. Oh, there's our TIE fighter right there. There's our new look at the TIE fighter in all black. Which looks great, What do you think of that?
Yeah, I like the new color of the TIE fighters, and I really like the new models as.
Yeah, this is the classic TIE fighter. It's basically a different paint job. And you can't really see it, but there is red as well in the TIE fighter too. Like, not just from the lasers right there, but like red painting on the sides of the ship of the dome. Because if we see across up here, look at the new TIE fighter costumes, TIE fighter pilot costumes, and they have these red stripes over their mask and whatnot. But I'm happy though they kept the same design, paint job, which is great.
Yeah, same here.
Oh. Now, we see here, okay, here we go. Now, that's the back of the, it looks like the back of the TIE fighter, or it could be the front. But, we see that stormtroopers are getting blown up left and right and them walking, and I'm just loving this scene. This just looks awesome.
Yeah, maybe it's in their new Star Destroyer ship.
And I think that is too, because we get to see that in the trailer here, but this just looks awesome. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like how the stormtroopers like flying.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so that is the front of this ship. And see, that's front. I'm guessing some TIE fighters are have new designs and some don't, because as you see the front there, the front is a totally different design. Oh, wait a minute, no! Look at it for a second. The top of the dome right there, the window, is on the top. It's not in the front. So do they have lasers in the front and the bottom and can't rotate the ball?
Probably.
That's fucking awesome. That's so cool. I did not know that until I looked very closely at that. So the ball can rotate then. So it's not just stay in one singular place, which is very cool because more combat situations as well.
Like, maybe Han Solo and Chewbacca will be like, oh my god, it can turn around.
Now, here's the thing that makes me say that this scene right here is in the beginning. Because to me, that's Finn right there to escape from the Empire, And
we also get to see someone else, what does not look like in the Stormtrooper costume. Like, he's hiding with the boxes.
which could be a Imperial officer.
Probably.
Probably, I can't tell for sure. But here's John Boyega right there, Finn, and as you see, he's all dirty up and whatnot. And to me, this is the scene right after on the desert planet. You know, you see this face of, oh my God, what? Why am I part of this? You know?
Yeah, I see them an analysis video that he could after when I said he can probably hear the force inside him, like and all that.
Yeah. To me, I just think he just saw a sight that went, oh my God, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Because look at his costume, it's all dirty, you know, it's all full of sand and dirt. And to me, I think they're just back on the shuttle that dropped them off in the first place. And the scene of the TIE Fighter is the scene after that whole experience on the desert planet where Finn decides, you know what, I'm sick of this, and he goes and escapes with the TIE Fighter, and the TIE Fighter falls down and lands on the desert planet that we saw in the art, you know, the link photos of the art designs and whatnot of what the movie would look like, and we saw art illustration of a TIE Fighter put down or, you know, crash into the sand. So, as we see from these trailers, more of the story is getting put together, you know? And there's the new Star Destroyer ships. Or it could be just one new design, but I think this is definitely just the new design.
Yeah, we get to see the used shuttle as well.
Yeah, right there, which looks cool. And have you noticed that they all just look like little tiny magnets?
Yeah, like they're pulling the ship towards them.
Yeah, it's like little magnets, like with little tiny engines on the back, and only one of those magnets have wings.
Yeah, and it looks like a ship from the Old Republic.
It does. It literally does. And, you know, you just said that, and I just, yeah, automatically, yeah, it does. But I'm loving it. It looks cool.
Yeah, I kind of like the, you know, the wee big balls thing of the the old Star Destroyer has. It only has like one.
The Star Destroyers have two, of course, you know?
Yeah.
And we can't see the other one because of the dome of the Star Destroyer right there. Now, we have a different name for these new Star Destroyers, but for right now, we're just going to be calling them the new Star Destroyers, you know? And I'm loving the design. It looks very cool, and I just can't wait to see these in action, you know? It's going to be very cool. And here, right there, we get to see the new Stormtrooper.
Yep, he is probably like the elite commando of the TIE pilots, probably.
No, to me, I think he's the elite Stormtrooper. Like, you know, Emperor's guards, you know, with the red, the Imperial guards.
I said in my analysis video that he might be like one of the elite like pilots, maybe, or elite like commando pilot and all that. And we get to see like some details like in the ship.
Yeah, to me, I don't think he's an elite pilot. He's just an elite stormtrooper, like a dark trooper, you know. But instead of a dark trooper, he's all silver with a stylish cape and with a brand new blaster as well. Because all the stormtrooper blasters that we've seen so far have just been the standard, you know, with a new type of look to them, a bit with red LED lights on them, and with the black and white, you know, color scheme. With here,
actually, come to think of it, do you know that you like destroyer ship talking about? It looks like the Old Republic. Maybe that's the Emperor's like ship, his own ship, and maybe he only can control that one.
The new ship. Yes, that could be true. Yeah, I didn't even thought about that. And this could be one of his special elite guards, you know, or special elite stormtroopers, you know?
Yeah.
Because there could be more of these guys, These guys could be the special elite, the top dogs, or this could just be one special stormtrooper, We don't know for sure. We need to see the film to see there's more than one of these guys,
Yeah.
And there's BB-8, and you can tell that this is actual pro CGI, because it looks real good. And as you see, he's on the Millennium Falcon. So one is that Rey and Finn find BB-8, or BB-8 could be the droid of Rey's, and they came across, Han and Chewie.
Yeah.
Which I think that happens in here. We don't know why or the reason, but, throughout the teaser trailers of 1 and 2, I'm putting the story all together. And we get to see Finn right here and Rey. Finn is like running away or something, or something happened to him or something, and she's helping him to get up. Now, this is the only shot in the whole trailer to me that looks like J.J. Abrams. Because when I look at this scene, to me, I said to myself, this looks like it's something that J.J. Abrams shot and was like something like shot during Star Trek or something. Because each director has his own unique style of filming, and this shot right here looks like a J.J. Abrams shot.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that. But the only thing is, to me, this shot does feel kind of out of place of how it's filmed.
Yeah.
But we get to see more of a up closer look at the jacket and costume of Finn, at least. And are you liking that?
Yeah, it's really cool how we don't know how he got changed out of his clone trooper uniform really quickly.
Yeah, but like I said, we don't know for sure if that's how it's going to play out. But from what the trailers are showing us, and from my prediction, that's how I think that's happening. And we get to see the Millennium Falcon!
Yeah, as always, the Millennium Falcon is always getting chased by a TIE fighter.
Yep. And I love that two-minute shot right there, because that's reminiscent to some of the shots we got to see in Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Because during the Geonosis fight, or I should say the beginning of the droids and the clone troopers, there was lots of zoom-in shots during the action scenes, which is reminiscent to some of the dogfight stuff in World War II, Vietnam, and all that such, of the war movies. So it's very cool that they put the reminiscent shot back in to, this film. And plus, too, we get to see more of the Falcon right there, and that just looks cool. Oh, right there. Yep, damn it. I want to talk about this. And there's our new TIE Fighter pilot. Now, I will let you speak first on this before I talk about it.
I really like the red stripes going down it. His costume, and I kind of get to see his thing hooked up to his gas mask thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, and we get to see a wee bit detailed into the TIE fighter and all that.
Now, I agree with you with the TIE fighter thing. I really do like the inside of the TIE fighter structure. Everything else I disagree with you with. I hate this design for the TIE pilot, because to me this looks like, oh, we just got the normal stormtrooper, the new stormtrooper armor, we adjusted a bit, just for the briefing mechanism, and then put black latex over him. I don't like it. I hate this design so much. Now the red stripes, we don't know if that's painted on or if that's just delayed, but still, I don't like this. I don't like it. I might have to see much more of a better image, maybe a bit more. But from what I'm seeing right now, I don't like it. plus to the tubing, there should be on the other side as well, like the actual TIE fighter. They just have one of them hooked in. They have both of them hooked in. So I don't understand why they don't here. It's bullshit. It's dumb. And this is the only thing about the whole trailer. The whole trailer, I love everything about, but this thing right here is the really thing that really bugs me that I really don't like. But everything else, I like, or it's just I'm a bit disappointed with.
Yep, let's continue on.
Yep, let's continue on. I'm loving that.
My favorite scenes coming up.
Yeah.
How we
I
get
love-
to see. I just love to see this. Has to be one of the best cameos like ever in episode 7. How we get to see Han going, Chewie, we're home, because they managed to like find the Millennium Falcon again, and all because if you read the expanding universe or heard about stuff, Han and Chewie lost the Millennium Falcon and tried to get it back and all that stuff.
So you're saying that they? I guess so, because they both have their weapons out and whatnot, and they're on the damn Falcon here, you know. So, and why would you say that, you know? So
Maybe Lando took it.
True.
I know
That could be true. But yeah, I agree with you. After the everyone's like going, oh my god, the Star Destroyer in the desert. That's the best scene ever. That's the best whole trailer. It's going to be posted as your wallpaper. No, to me, this scene right here that made me go, ah! That made me freak out. You know, not that scene. This scene. This is the thing I want, and I did use for my Facebook for anything, because this is just iconic to me. This image right here. I know the Star Destroyer in the sand thing is super cool and iconic as well, but this right here to me though is way much more important to me.
Yeah,
and I'm guessing the same.
Yeah, because that has to be one of the best cameos ever.
But the thing is, though, it's not just a cameo. He's going to be in the damn movie. In which I'm a little bit disappointed too that he was not at Celebration, because it feels like, oh, we're gonna bring all the original cast members out here. Hey, look at all the original people who's gonna be in this movie. Where's Harrison Ford? I understand that he doesn't like to go to the to Celebration, but still, you know, But we're not talking about that though. We're talking about the trailer, and love the scene here. And what do you think of the new Chewbacca costume here and Han Solo's new costume here that we can see so far?
Well, Chewbacca's costume looks like from the first episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
I have to agree with you on that one, yes.
And Han Solo's new costume, I kind of like his old outfit. I wish they could keep with that as well, but nah, they have to change it.
Yeah, but I still like it though.
Same.
It reads Han Solo, you know, so yeah. December.
Yep, and it's going to be in real D 3D and IMAX 3D.
I just want to see it in IMAX, you know.
I want to see it in 3D.
I just want to see it in IMAX. I mean, I just can't wait for this movie to come out.
Yeah.
And the
JJ, release it soon.
Yes, release it soon. But the cool thing is, this is going to be the first Star Wars trilogy that I'm actually going to be a part of and actually get involved with, because, like I said, when Episode 1 came out, I was only 5 years old, you know? So I grew up, you know, I was a bit long, you know, I didn't, you know, had the thoughts or the capacity. Well, I did have the thoughts and the capacity, of course, but at the time, you know, and I didn't have the internet, couldn't go in depth with Star Wars. I couldn't experience or talk about it that much, you know? Yeah, but prequel trilogy. But now I can experience it you know, now I can experience a new trilogy, you know, now, you know. You get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I interrupt you there. This is my first time ever seeing it in the cinema, because I was not born when the original trilogy came out. I was born in 1999, basically, and basically the prequels have only just came out then, I believe.
Yeah, the prequels came out. The first one came out in 1999, and that's the first Star Wars movie I've ever seen. But yeah, same with you. I didn't grow up with the original trilogy, but I still love the original trilogy. Everyone loves the original
Yeah, the
trilogy.
Yoda and Sidious fight scene.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's just that I've grown up with the prequel trilogy. I've seen all three in theaters, and now I can experience. I can actually talk, experience, and everything with this one, and it's just gonna be a cool experience. To see this in the theater. Because it's been so long since the last Star Wars movie. Because Revenge Shift came out in like 2005. That's like 10 years almost.
Wait, oh crap. And also, it's getting repeated in 3D
True. My good friend is at Celebration right now. They're going to be seeing that, I betcha. Lucky bastard.
So we can get him on to the show. We can give his thoughts on the movie, what it was like and all that. So yeah, so this almost wraps it up for this Star Wars Alliance podcast episode. And yeah, it's just been a great Star Wars day. And tomorrow, guys, will be live on Star Wars and also on the Star Wars YouTube. So we'll be talking about that in our next live stream tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. And we're also going to post the trailer on our Star Wars Alliance podcast channel for Star Wars Episode 7 and Star Wars Battlefront, the gameplay of it. So yeah, so thank you very much for watching, guys, and may the Force be with you, and have a great celebration. Message us if you want us to bring you on to show what your experience was like at Celebration and all that stuff. So yeah.